Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to take a look at one of my more recent auction purchases. I bought this online from G3 and it's quite a risk, although I did get an absolute bargain on this car. I got it about £2,500 under what it should have been. That's the cap clean price. That's the kind of going price for a car in clean condition. There are a few reasons why this car may have been cheap. A, it's a performance car, we won't know a huge amount about it, although it did have a clean report. It had no MOT, but most importantly, it has a wrap on the car, so the entire car is covered in a satin grey wrap. That could mean that it's hiding some nasties, but we won't know till we look at it. So I've actually had it delivered. I spent about £900 on fees and delivery. It is now here out in the yard, so we can go out and have a look. Here it is, our satin wrapped Mercedes C43. And now that it's out here, I'm reminded that another one of the risk factors with this car is that it was a car moolah car. So this was potentially either an end of term ex-finance car, maybe a repossession. We're not entirely sure, but that does mean that it's come from a finance company, and sometimes they can be slightly riskier sales. You don't always know the full history of the car. Let's have a quick look around it. The satin wrap actually looks an awful lot better than I thought it was going to. It's actually been done really well, and as we go around the car, we'll see that actually it's in pretty pristine condition and it's actually growing on me. My original plan was we would buy this car, make a video, and then perhaps I would be de-wrapping it. But now that I've seen it, I do really like it, although I know a lot of you won't be, and you'll be very unhappy about this. The alloy wheels, as I said, this car had no MOT. We've now put an MOT on it. It was failing on tyres and some other reasons. In fact, that was it. It wasn't just out of MOT, it failed on MOT. So the two things it failed on were tyres, and there was no number plate lights because they'd wrapped over them. Well, we checked and they'd already cut out the wrap, but they just never sent it back for an MOT, which was strange, and it went off to auction. Probably something to do with when it had been handed back to the finance company or repossessed. We won't know. We've now got new tyres, so it's all legal, got its MOT, and I can show you the wheels, which I don't know if these are original, to be honest. In fact, I'm fairly certain they're not. Ignore the sort of crayon on here. That's where they were marking when it had bad tyres on it. That will clean off. But you can see this crazy kind of flake inside the wheels here. I don't think that's standard. Obviously, they would have been diamond cut on the front like this. But I am very tempted to either powder coat them entirely black, or maybe like black or a dark grey inside with the diamond cut on the front. I'm not entirely sure yet. One thing I did notice is on the fuel cap, you'll see underneath the wrap is the people who wrapped it, Shade and Shield. So shout out to you. I did look them up on Instagram. They look like a very nice, reputable place. But to be honest with you, Shade and Shield, I don't want that. I find that quite annoying. Maybe you did a deal with the previous owner who had it wrapped. Maybe you insist on people having that. But I don't want it. It means nothing to me. So we're going to have to try and do something about that. Either the whole wrap's got to come off, or we, don't know. I don't know what can be done. Can we find another piece to match it? That's my hopes. So actually, on the whole, on the outside, it looks really good. I think we do want to refurbish, but other than that, now that we've sorted the MOT and the tyres and all that sort of stuff, it's good on the outside. So we'll have a quick look on the inside, because one of the reasons I was very attracted to this car is because it's got quite a nice lot of spec. So we'll hop inside and I'll show you some of that. Right, so inside, we've got some very nice sports seats. We've got a carbon pack, which I imagine was an option. I don't know for sure, but I'm fairly certain. We've got sports exhaust, we've got adjustable suspension. Some of this stuff would have been factory, but not all of it, I don't think. We've got a panoramic sunroof, which I think is opening as well. And of course, we've got the automatic gearbox in here. These paddle extenders, not my favorite. We're going to try and remove those, but unfortunately, it does look like they've just been glued on. So we don't want to do any damage to what is essentially just plastic flappy paddles in here originally. But yeah, they're not the best, are they? Especially in red. They're a bit gaudy. I don't know, I just don't like them, to be honest. On the whole, it's just a very nice place to be in here. We have got heated seats, electric adjustment, and there's very minor things to repair, really. So the only things I've noticed are, obviously, we want to sort these paddles out. There's a little broken bit of trim in here. There's a bit of a scuff on one of the door trims on the passenger side. The cup holder cover doesn't latch, so that's something we need to sort out. But on the whole, really, really good. All the seats are in good condition, and I suppose I haven't told you at this point, it's only got 67,000 miles on it, which I think is a really nice place for the mileage to be. But none of that stuff is the reason why you buy one of these C43, so I'll pop the bonnet and we'll have a look under there at our 3-litre V6 engine. So I did have to double check because, as you know, my specification memory on these things is awful, but it's a 3-litre bi-turbo V6, and it actually sounds incredible. A lot of people are going to say you want the C43 because it's a V8, but trust me, I really, really like this, and I think it sounds absolutely amazing. One thing worth pointing out while we've got the bonnet open is here is the original colour. In fact, I'll show you in the door shuts where you can see even better, but it was a black car, obsidian black, I would imagine, but they've done a really, really nice job of the wrap. So shout out to Shade & Shield. Although I'm going to try and remove your logo from this car, you have done a very nice job. So as you might have guessed by now, I have actually been driving this car. I absolutely love it. I'm very, very tempted to keep it for myself actually, because it feels like such a great all-rounder car. It's really easy to drive, it's comfortable, it's quick, it sounds amazing, it's got all the technology I want, but I'm trying to talk myself out of it because I don't like spending money, but I do really, really like it. We'll sort out the cubby hole cover, we'll refurbish the wheels, whatever I decide to do with these. I know you'll be in the comments telling me what you think I should do, but I love a diamond cut wheel. I think they stand out really well, but against the satin grey, now that we've decided we're going to keep it, I don't know. I feel like gloss black might be the answer. I know a lot of you won't be happy about that, but I think it will look well. And we want to remove this. Now, I've spoken to our friend Carl at Shadowworks. In fact, he popped out and he's looked at this car and he's been able to identify the exact type of wrap that this is, and he's fairly confident he will just swap that over and it will match up and he can do a real nice, quick and easy job for us. So I think that's where we'll start. We'll get the guys to take this down to Carl and we'll watch him wrap this. I think he said he just pops the whole thing off and he'll re-wrap it, put it back on, solve that little issue, then it'll just be the wheels and a couple of little interior bits, and we will catch up with you when this car's done, giving you some nice cinematics of it hitting the road. Right, so there we have it. That is our Mercedes C43. It's looking absolutely amazing, and you will notice that it is now on the forecourt. I wouldn't say I've decided against keeping it because I do absolutely love it. And in fact, we took this all the way to Bicester Motion yesterday for Wheeler Dealer Live. Toby drove it all the way, absolutely loving it. I thought he almost got the car sideways leaving the site because it was making so much noise. It's on the forecourt for now. Do you know what? I'm too busy to even think about having my own car. As much as I love it, and haven't really got back in it myself since we filmed that first segment of this video, which is probably just as well because it keeps me away from spending money that I probably shouldn't spend. But it is an absolutely incredible car. And do you know what? Really, really lucked out when it came to the wrap on this car. I thought we'd be peeling all of that off. This would be like a two-part video. Look at this car I bought with a wrap. We're gonna have to peel it off, but it's so good. It's been done so well, looks so good that we've kept it. Obviously, Carl at Shadowworks has sorted out that fuel cap for us, blends in perfectly. And we've removed the big flappy paddles on there. We've had the wheels refurbished by Western Wheels, and we decided to go with gloss black because the metallic flake in there was weird, and the diamond cut front I think looks good on most cars, but because it was against this satin silver, I decided that I think the black was best. Well, in fact, that was my recommendation. Ben was going to make his own decision, and he decided that he also agreed. Incredible car, drives amazingly, sounds most importantly, I think. The most standout thing about this car is how good it sounds. And obviously it's got loads of spec, but currently it is on the forecourt at Barrow Motors. And I'm going to try and not get in it, because otherwise I will be tempted to buy it. So that is it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. Luckily, I think this one's really panned out really well. We got it really cheap. The wrap was really good. We haven't had to waste time on doing that. We've sorted out a few bits and pieces on it, and I think there's going to be a nice margin in it. And it's probably not going to hang around long, because we've had a lot of people looking at it. And we could probably phone up the person who was interested when it was just parts on the forecourt before, and he'd probably be straight over to buy it. So we'll sort that out now that we're back from the show and we've got time to do it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see this at the show, along with all the other cars that we took. That will be in our weekly video on Saturday. And that included our very nice Porsche Boxster S that we took along, which you can win for just £2. So check that out on feelgoodcompetitions.com. And in fact, for my regular viewers, I've offered a discount code on Feel Good Competitions that we offered at Wheeler Dealer Live. Use the code WDL20. You will get 20% off anything on the website. That could be the Porsche Boxsters, that could be a Rolex, that could be a secret car that's been listed that I'm not actually even mentioning in this video, because it's meant to be a bit of a secret until the video comes out on Thursday, but we launched it earlier at the show. So check all that out. If you want to sell your car, go to carsportformore.com and like the video. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.